Of a Judeo-Christian worldview. And now, here is your host, Brannon Howe.
And good evening. Welcome to the broadcast on this Wednesday night, January 14th. Here it is. Thank you, Lovey. That's my wife I'm talking to, by the way. January 14th, 2026, there are reports of jets flying around in the Middle East and an imminent strike by the U.S. on Iran. But so far, it is all internet rumors. We're going to talk tonight to, again, former Iranian Shahram Hadian, who is in Idaho, because Qatar, apparently, who we're going to give a base to, or at least a portion of a base to, in Idaho, they won't let us use our base there to make strikes on Iran. Well, what does that tell you, folks? What does that tell you? And apparently same with Saudi Arabia. So Shahram has just landed this afternoon in Idaho. He's meeting with elected officials on this very topic. We will get a report via phone from Shahram from Idaho on this and more. You don't want to miss that. And then, of course, we have to go to our resident Iranian expert, one of a few. That would be Adia and Shahram, and, of course, Premier, and the most, I think, expert we have, obviously, Annie Cyrus. We have to get an update with all that is going on. And we're going to address some of the issues. Did you bring me a gift? I am glad you showed up tonight for the show. We are going to discuss things like, well, could this possibly bring World War III if we get involved and strike Iran? The answer is, yeah, it could. And I mentioned last night why my position on this has changed, and including we'll show you tonight the response from President Trump back in September of 2024, where he tweeted out that Iran was trying to kill him. I have that tweet. I'll show it to you tonight. We also are going to show you some pictures. Apparently, the prince, the Shah's son, was up on Capitol Hill today, meeting with Lindsey Graham. Have a video on that with Lindsey Graham. And we also have a video from the Iranian foreign minister. We'll play that, get a response from Annie on that. What else do we have? We have the brave young people. They're being shot in the back. We have some video of that to show you tonight. We have reports that the Iran has closed its airspace. Here we go, after Jerusalem Post. As Western military official says, signals show U.S. attack imminent. So again, we are tracking all this, and we will track all this through tonight's broadcast. Tweet, text, email, Facebook, Getter, Truth, Social. Let every one of your family and friends know we're on the air with experts. We are pretty much the premier channel now on this topic. Others, they dip in and out, but nobody that we are aware of, according to multiple reports by our experts who are also tracking what other media are doing and saying, they tell us that no one is covering it to the level we are, and that is by design. We are also getting word right now that reportedly the State Department is telling U.S. citizens in Qatar there is a security alert and to be very careful. Yeah, we're hearing this. In fact, we even heard that I think the embassy of a few of these different governments are closing down as well in various parts. So there does seem to be a lot of folks warning about a potential imminent strike. The question is, will this strike be America hitting Iran? Then Israel strikes America hits Iran. Iran then strikes out at Israel, and then Israel just takes care of business. We have been in contact throughout the evening, afternoon and into the evening with our reporter on the ground in Israel as well, Aaron Lavarco. We also have some video coming out of the Oval Office this afternoon. President Trump talking about Iran and that the killings are stopping or have stopped. We'll play some of that video and get response as well. A lot to get to. We never know what we're going to discuss here because it's free-flowing, and we also don't know what's coming in this broadcast slot tonight, but we're going to cover it. Yeah, my beautiful wife just brought me my Bella Grace to take, and I said, bring me the green stuff, will you please? My Gatatana, you know I drink it each and every day. One little scoop, one little bitty scoop is the equivalent of 90 billion plant cells. 90 billion. This gets down and feeds to the level of your cells, the molecular level, the mitochondria, that's the word I'm looking for, feeds down to the mitochondria level of your cells, boost your own immune system so your immune system can take on all those free radicals. Remember the guy that developed it? He had a terminal diagnosis. He started eating the phytoplankton he was raising for his starfish and crayfish or whatever. And voila, went in for about 11 biopsies. They all came back benign. His terminal diagnosis, I don't know. He went on to live another 10 years. He's on video. His daughter there in the picture is on video talking about it. He went on to live another 10 years. I'm told retired in Hawaii. And that's when the man behind GPA, Global Plankton Alliance, launched GPA after working closely with Tom Harper, the man who survived that cancer for 10 years, terminal case, after eating the phytoplankton. I'm not making claims. I'm just telling you his story. But there are 5 clinical trials on this, folks. It's serious. And I take it each and every day. I also, of course, should take other things, as you know, I'll mention. But I do drink this each and every day. I put a half a scoop on Dolly's food each and every morning. By the way, Dolly is on a beautiful, brand new dog food. I won't mention now. We're asking them if they will let us be partners with them and promote them so that you can buy from them and then help support us at the same time. We've been trying since March to get that done, but we're back in communication with them. Dolly in the last 24 hours has become happier, more affectionate. She's more affectionate. She's always affectionate with me, but it's like in the last 24 hours, she's become super affectionate. And I think she's trying to tell me thank you because she was eating a dry dog food that was supposed to be really, really, really good for her. And she used to just gobble it down, but now she's gotten really bored with it. So we made a switch to a product that we have wanted to go to for a while, and a lot of you will know what it is. And she loves it. And it's like she has, last 24 hours, tried thanking me multiple times by even being more affectionate than she normally is. And she's usually a pretty affectionate dog. But anyway, I do put a half a scoop of the Gatatana on her food every morning as well. There's a pet product. You can check it out at melissahousegpa.com, melissahousegpa.com. So why don't you do that, will you? Let me just take a little bit of this here. And you know what else it does? It also curbs my appetite, to be honest with you. It does. I don't have the craving for munchies. You know what I don't have a craving for, which I love, and they're horrible for you, I'm sure. But I don't have a craving like I used to, and I don't think I've had any now for probably 2 years. That's Doritos. When was the last time you saw me eat Doritos, Logan? It's been a while. And I'm telling you, the more I eat healthy and the more I take things like Gatatana and Bella Grace and Numi, I don't have the junk food craving. I don't. I just don't. And I'm thankful for that because that's not good for you. And I want to stay. Can you show the picture of me with Cayman the other night again? Because people are saying you look so thin. And I'm like, yeah, I've lost weight. And part of that's Bella Melt. I'm telling you right now. Let me finish my Gatatana. All right, that's done there. Now, let's go on to the next one before we go to Sharam. You also know I take Bella Grace each and every day. It's a powerful elixir with 3 ingredients, collagen, so the peptides are cut short so your body actually absorbs it. Then you have the astaxanthin. That takes on the free radicals that crosses the brain-blood barrier. And then you have cat's claw. That's an anti-inflammatory. A lot of our problems are inflammation-related. Yes, I'm losing weight. The Bella Melts, there you go. They're right here. Bella Melts, very popular. The sales are off the chart. And these are little, almost like a caramel, like a little caramel treat. And you can do one a couple hours for you to eat, or in the afternoon, you start getting the munchies. Melissa, the very first week, lost 3 pounds in the first week, and she was only doing 1 a day. A lot of people do like 3 a day. And again, what it does is it stimulates your body's own natural GLP-1. Do you have the picture, Logan? Let me do my Bella Grace. I'm going to be ready to go. No matter what tonight brings, Logan. Roll it up like a tube of toothpaste. You don't want to miss out on any of that. It's too valuable. There you go. All the sponsors are there. Worldviewtube.com/sponsors. Worldviewtube.com/sponsors. And again, go look at what are over 100 clinical trials on Bella Grace. 100 clinical trials. There you go. So there you go. And of course, I do the Numi. That's loaded with glutathione to detox your cells. Some studies show that glutathione may help reduce mercury from your brain, helping prevent Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's. So someone said the other day, "You're looking so thin, Brandon." Yeah, there's no gut hanging over that belt, is there? I can't say that didn't used to be the case, but I'm losing a nice amount of weight. I'm going to keep it off this time. That's a line from The Grinch, by the way. Logan was so shocked, all the lines I could throw out before Jim Carrey could when we were watching Grinch over the holiday weekend. Now go back to that picture. Look at that. So if you would like to do the regimen I do, you want to go back to it? Oh, that's not me. If you want to do with the regimen I'm doing, I've just told you what it is. Bellamelt, glutathione, which is the Numi, Bella Grace, and Gatatana. There you go. There you go. So, I'm feeling in good shape, Logan. I'm looking good. I'm looking good and feeling good. So you want to do that regimen? That's it right there. It's all at worldviewtube.com/sponsors. I will mention it again, but a lot of cell towers down today, but you have a satellite phone as a backup. You should. Worldviewtalk.com, worldviewtalk.com. Okay. I'll mention it later in the broadcast a little more, but I sure hope a lot of you would go and join the Vault. Worldviewtube.com/vault. 36 years of radio shows, TV shows, ebooks, audio books. Look at all those books of mine. They're in there, including the brand new one on Hamas, my brand new one on why I'm a Christian Zionist. And then I have a brand new one coming out soon on transhumanism is eugenics, and my Revelation commentary based on my 1.5 year study of the book of Revelation should be out in the next few weeks as well. Maybe another 3 or 4 weeks. Jill is editing on it. Come on, Jill. Chop, chop. Let's go. She's listening right now. Get your head back down. Keep editing there, Jill. She is my editor, and she does a great job. She's doing all the grammatical editing. She's been texting me about it today. Did you mean to say this right here? What do you mean by that? Okay, I got to clarify that. This is what I mean. Okay, fix that. Now, moving on. So she's doing a great job, and that whole commentary in the book of Revelation will be in the vault when it comes out. You will not need to buy it. Like all the other books, they'll be in there. What's that? Like all the other books, they'll be in the vault for you to enjoy. So please consider joining right now. Worldviewtube.com/vault, worldviewtube.com/vault. Let's get going. Joining me now is Iranian-American or American-Iranian, however you want to say it, Shahram Hadian. He's back for an update. He's on the phone. He is actually in Idaho. He is in Idaho, where, remember, the Trump administration has reportedly agreed to allow Qatar to have a military operation base there. This is very troubling at many levels, as we've discussed in the past. But now we're getting reports that certain countries, I think including Qatar, will not let us use our bases there for any strike on Iran. Let's see if we have that correct. Joining me now from Idaho is Shahram Hadian. Shahram, welcome back to the broadcast. Do I have that correct?
You do. You do. I am in Boise, Idaho, at the Capitol here, speaking to some legislators, and that base that you're talking about, that is a joint operational base between Qatar and the U.S. government, is about 50 miles south of here. And we got word today that, and I believe it came in the order of first the Saudis and then the country of Qatar, that both have said that they will not allow the United States to use their military bases to launch a potential strike on Iran. And so, as you and I were talking, the irony of that is unbelievable, that here we are allowing the country of Qatar, through all of their media influence of parties, of course, all their spending, trillions of dollars of quote, investments into this nation to control policy. And Brandon, this is exactly what I was concerned about, is that the delay of the Trump administration, I was able to watch a little bit earlier today of your show on radio with Usama, and the delay of that, I believe, is completely related to this being beholden to the Qataris.
Wow. Now, wait a minute. Didn't Saudi Arabia help defend Israel a year ago this spring when all those rockets came in from Iran? Didn't we see a Saudi Arabia helping out?
Well, they were allowing the potential of using their bases. I don't remember the exact mechanism of how they didn't intervene anyway. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that it was simply that they were allowing their airspace to be used. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that they allowed part of that airspace to be used for Israel when they were carrying out the June attack in Iran. So to me, this goes back to this game of cat and mouse, where they're okay with the U.S. maybe taking out some of the nuclear infrastructure of Iran, so that the Shia clerics can't turn on the Saudis. But yet, when it comes to the moment and the opportunity, when Iranians are being massacred by the thousands, when it comes to the moment of freeing Iran from an Islamic oppression, now the rubber hits the road. Now they show their true colors. Now we're not in. We are not going to allow the United States. So how is the United States going to launch potentially operational drones, or if they're launching aircraft? How are they going to do that if both Qatar and the Saudis are saying no? Now we have to look at can we use the base, and can we work with Kuwait or Bahrain? Jordan is too far, probably. I'm not a military expert, but so this is showing their true colors. This is what I believe, Brandon, it was all about from the very beginning. And so, again, the irony here: we're letting them have our bases. We're letting them work bases in conservative states like Idaho, where people are mad here. The consensus is a lot of people, patriots, are mad here that how dare we allow this foreign government to use a military base or work to build an installation for them. They're saying it's joint installation, but now they're going to say no to us for using the military bases to free and liberate the Iranian people.
And Saudi Arabia, are they saying the same thing?
From what I saw earlier today, that it is both the Saudis and the Qataris that have said they will not participate in allowing their bases.
I hope if Saudi Arabia comes under attack again by Iran, we do nothing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Why are we their defenders? Why are we their policemen when in this moment, and in my opinion, and I said it to you earlier this week, this goes back to they do not want, these Arab Muslim nations will not allow, if they have their influence, a free Iran, which would free Iran of Islam. A free Iran is an Islamic free Iran, and that upends the entire Arab Muslim control of the Middle East. I agree with you 100%. Why support them?
Here's what President Trump said in the Oval Office this afternoon. Take a listen, please.
We've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping. It's stopped. It's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it.
All right. So it stopped or stopping. He used both words. Then he was asked about, is military action off the table? Here's how he answered that.
Over the last few days, and they said people were shooting at them with guns and they were shooting back. And, it's one of those things. But they told me that there'll be no executions. And so I hope that's true.
Does this mean military action is now off the table against Iran?
Well, we're going to watch it and see what the process is, but we were given a very good statement by people that are aware of what's going on.
Is this considering military action?
You know, when they say no executions, everyone is talking about a lot of executions were taking place today. We were just told no executions. I hope that's true. That's a big thing. Yes, but
All right. So, I don't know. Because if you look at what's going on online on social media from, some Israeli former guys in the IDF, and of course, a lot of people over there serve in the IDF, part of their 2-year service. But a lot of people are saying that are plugged in and quoting sources that something's coming. Do you think Trump is just playing it kind of coy here or what?
It's hard to say if he's playing at a coy, because I think the pressure, I think part of it is you're seeing the pressure. Number one question I would have, Brandon, who's his sources? We talked about this all week, right? Where is his information coming from? Is it coming from MEK? Is it coming from these other Marxist Islamic opposition groups that are opposed to Reza Pahlavi? Because I guarantee you that executions have happened and are going to happen. I guarantee you that that's nonsense, that they're going to stop executions and they're going to stop the killings of the people. Because Reza Pahlavi is still giving instructions to the people, continue to do the best, despite the cold weather, despite the fact that they're running out of food, they're running out, out of fuel, and it's just staggering to try to survive. I mean, it's unimaginable what they're going through, despite that, and then the fear of, being shot in the face or in the chest where they're being targeted. There's no way. And again, is this him bluffing, or is it naivety based on the poor information that he's being given by advisors that are beholden to these Arab Muslim nations? That's the question that time will tell.
Okay, now we're being told on Iranian state TV, let's show this, that they are saying that
از اعضای کمله که پایگاهشون در شمال عراق است اومده در خرم‌آباد از همدان عبور کرده.
No, we can double check. Let's send that over to Usama for translation, or Annie. Maybe ask Annie. My guess, what we're being told is the translation is, this time the bullet won't miss, that they are airing threats to President Trump. We'll work to see if that is in Arabic or, I'm guessing, Farsi.
No, that was in Farsi.
Okay, so let's ask Annie real quick, Logan. Can you ask her to confirm that before she comes on, please? What do you think there, Shahram?
Again, why are we surprised? Why are we surprised that an evil regime is acting evil? That they operate by threats and bloodlust and death? I don't know why.
We also have, I guess, pictures. This is supposedly the Prince Pahlavi on Capitol Hill today. He supposedly met with Lindsey Graham. Now, hopefully he's able to convince Lindsey, let's not back MEK, the Marxist Islamic organization. And we've been doing some excellent coverage on that. Do you see the coverage we did last night on that, by the way, on MEK?
Yeah, phenomenal.
You know what?
And that coverage needs to be sent.
We've reached out to several people asking them to come on and talk about MEK and their promotion and defense of MEK. So far, no one has agreed to come on the air.
But it doesn't negate the fact that they have major political power within DC circles.
Right, but don't you find that interesting that we're offering people to come on the air to make your pitch for MEK, and they're not doing it? Come on the air with Annie and pitch and give us your pitch for MEK. I think they're afraid of Annie, some of them. I would be afraid of Annie. I told Logan a few weeks ago, note to self, we never pick a fight with Annie.
Yeah, I mean, I would. That's a wise decision to not try to pick that particular fight.
She is a fighter. She spent her whole life fighting for survival.
Exactly. She's for survival, and also then when you do your homework and you do your research, as you do, as she does, as we all try to do, to make sure that we're speaking truth. Then we don't back down. We don't back down from that truth. So, Brandon, I believe that you're seeing this waffling. In my opinion, I don't think it's gamesmanship. Now, last time there was some of that, if you remember back in June of 2025, there was some of that where they were kind of going back and forth before the decision was made to hit the nuclear facilities. So again, the next 24 hours, maybe we'll see. But now this is major news that the Qataris and the Saudis are saying, we're out, you're not using our bases. This is huge news. And this should, if the president was America first, he would right now be really mad at them. He would say, well, then, all of our deals are right now in question because here we've, agreed to with Mr. Mr. Thulani, the foreign minister of Qatar, who sat down with Hegstead, signed the deal to build this base, again, 50 miles from where I am right now in Boise, Idaho, at the Capitol. We let you do this, and now you won't let us at this critical moment have this operational advantage to be able to fly, particularly the drones, right? If they're going to do drone strikes, they need to have short range, and that's really big deal. To me, it sounds like they're once again trying to negotiate. They're once again, but here's the question: who told you there's no executions, Mr. President? Who is telling you that they're going to stop the executions? Because 47 years, Brandon. I mean, listen, the boy who cried wolf, right? How many times can the regime act a certain way, and we go, well, maybe this time they're going to change? For 47 years, they have done things in secret, and I can't tell you. I was telling you the other day when we were on air. This is exactly what happened in 1979. 4 months of darkness, 30-plus thousand people were executed, many of them secret trials and many of them secret executions. And many of them, the bodies were never returned to the families. Families have buried loved ones with no bodies. So why would we think that now they would act differently all of a sudden? And if they're doing it, it's hudna, right? It's hudna. It's a deceptive, let's make a deal for the moment, buy us some time, give another lifeline to this demonic regime. Meanwhile, we have the worst massacre within a 1 week period. I mean, since when? Since the Holocaust? I mean, think about that. When have we seen this level of massacre within a 4, 5, 6 day period?
And we now have the Iranian foreign minister telling Fox News, after 3 days of terrorist operation, now there is calm. We're in full control. So let's pray that the information is not coming from the Iranian foreign minister.
Exactly, right? Or is it from Witkoff? Is Witkoff talking to the Iranians and saying, listen, we have guarantees that they're not going to execute anybody? Is that a blanket statement? Is that only certain protesters? Is that only a certain category? So all of this is not to be trusted. If the president has wisdom, he would want to verify that with other sources and look at the human rights groups that are telling you that this has been planned. And it's not just the one guy that was being planned for today. I mean, listen, they have arrested somewhere in the neighborhood of 13,000 people that I saw the number. So where are these people? No one's heard of him. One of my friends, I don't know if you know Ramin, one of my Iranian friends. He's a Christian.
Yeah, I know Amin. I've known Amin for years. He's been on the broadcast before.
Yeah, his brother was shot in Iran. He hasn't been able to in the protest. He hasn't been able to find out where he is. They've had no word from him for multiple days now.
Logan, I'm going to send you Amin's number. Can you call him, please? See if we can get him on the air.
Is it which one are you talking about?
Amin.
No, you're talking about Ramin. No, it's Ramin. Are you sure it's the right one?
Oh no, this is a different guy then. Different guy.
Yeah, I think it's a different guy.
This is one that Annie also knows, who was on our program not too long ago.
I don't know if you had Ramin. It's Ramin Parsa. I don't know if you had Ramin on.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. But if you want, I mean, I can get that story and I can get it to you. I mean, he's been posting it on Facebook.
Yes, we'd love to interview him, please.
Yeah, he's posted multiple times that his brother was shot.
What is the condition of his brother?
They don't know. All they know is his brother was shot in Iran during the protest, and he has not heard from his brother in now at least 4 days from the first time he posted. So I'll contact him as soon as I'm done here today, and I'll try to get him on with you. But these are the real stories.
All right, let's talk real quick about some conservatives are saying, and I got a text from a friend today, Aren't you worried, Brandon, that a strike by America on Iran is going to invite World War III, and then, you know, the deep state and these guys, the military-industrial complex, want to send our boys off to war? And my response is, number one, my sons are not going to war, point blank, not happening. With the technology they boast about today, we don't need boots on the ground. You know, they tell us how they have all these technologies now, and they were able to scoop up the president of Venezuela with like 8 guys against over 100 with their new, you know, Havana syndrome or whatever that technology is. Fine, go use all that technology, bombs, cyber attack. We don't need boots on the ground. Thankfully, President Trump has said the same thing. So we don't need to do that, okay? I'm not for that, and I wouldn't agree to that. Not with my kids. No way. Not going to happen. I'll send them off somewhere, you know, before I let any of them to take and murder my sons out there on the battlefield for Ukraine or anywhere else for that matter. But that doesn't mean we should not be responding. And my position has changed since the 12-day war because of the fact that we're getting more and more evidence of Iran working to assassinate President Trump, among other things. We actually pulled up today an old, here it is, 2024, September 24th, 2024, big threats on my life by Iran. The entire U.S. military is watching and waiting. Moves were already made by Iran that didn't work out, but they will try again. Not a good situation for anyone. I'm surrounded by more men, guns, and weapons than I've ever seen before. Thank you to Congress for unanimously approving far more money to Secret Service. When they had 0 no votes, it was bipartisan. All right. But then you had the fact that they're funding, I think, some of the protests in the streets, some of these mosques. I think they're already here. And I'm kind of to the point where I think they're also working with the cartels. I think we're at a point where we have to push back or we're going to be walked over big time. And we're already in World War III, cyber war, border war, economic war, information war. We're already in at so many levels in World War III already. But at some point, if we don't fight this regime and we don't deal with China and some of these other countries, they are surrounding us, they're infiltrating us, and they're going to collapse us from within before we even respond. That's becoming my concern.
Brandon, I agree 100%. And here's the reality. True leadership never operates from a place of fear. True leadership never operates from a place of, well, if we do this, we may get hit. If we do this, we may get attacked. Like you said, the reality is that's you know, the cells are the cells. They're going to do what they're going to do, whether it's now, whether it's 6 months from now, whether it's a year from now or 3 years from now. So we have to do the right thing in the moment. And if this president, if this nation is saying we cannot tolerate, and if the Europeans are saying that the Iranian regime has delegitimized itself by this brutal massacre and no longer, if this is actually what they're saying, then there's no going back. So you have to do the right thing despite the fact, or in spite of the fact that, yes, there are terror cells. Yes, we have known about these for years. And there's, I mean, all of the above. Everything you said is all of the above, right? All of the above are realities and our possibilities. But in the moment right now, you have an opportunity that has not been there for 47 years, and it probably will not happen again. Because with this type of massacre, if this regime stays in power, then I don't know how it would be toppled. I don't know if the will would be there for them to topple, unless it just collapses economically, which obviously it already is. But to your point, the decision of this administration, the United States, Israel, needs to be one that is based upon. I read in Jerusalem Post had an article about Israel supposedly is now pressuring Trump to say, wait a little bit longer, wait until there's more fire on the ground, so that the strikes can actually collapse the regime versus. We
cannot wait until another 10,000, 5,000, 2,000 are dead. Exactly right. That's exactly right. It's either now or it's meaningless. Also, President Trump has drawn several lines in the sand. So if we're to be taken seriously, we have no choice now but to respond. Exactly right. Exactly. And by the way, and we're being told, by the way, from Annie, that translation is correct. So again, are we going to tolerate them? As President Trump said in September of 2024, look, they've come in after me. They've tried. They've had several attempts. How much longer are we going to let them threaten our president?
Exactly.
And I don't care if the president was somebody I didn't vote for. I don't want countries threatening our president unless, of course, it's a country coming to our aid because the president's turned into a dictator. But as long as he's running a constitutional republic administration, I don't want to see anybody threaten our president, much less Iran or any other foreign country.
Agreed, 100%, 100%. And so, but again, as I said earlier, why are we surprised at the behavior of this regime? This is what is the adage? The leopard can't change his spots. Is that the right adage? Did I get that right? Yep. This leopard will never change his spot because it's evil. It's like asking Satan to change. It's never going to change, and you can only stand against evil in strength. The Bible tells us, be strong and stand, right? We're supposed to take our stand, put on our armor. Well, as a nation, we have to put on the armor that we have been given, and we have to stand strong. And in this case, I'm not talking about nation building. I'm not talking about regime change. I'm talking about, we fought world wars when people were being massacred, and we have, and like you said, if Trump had not said anything, that's a different story. But when he said, this is what I'm going to do, when he said the other day when I was on with you, help is on the way, and now this would be the biggest betrayal and the biggest failure of his presidency, both terms. And it will go down as his legacy, just like Jimmy Carter's legacy is one of betraying the Iranian people, and it will be forever and ever. And same with Barack Obama. This will be the legacy of President Trump if he doesn't act within the next 24, 36 hours. That's my assessment. And I'm here in Idaho because I'm trying to convince the legislators here, if you don't deal with the Islamic problem now, it will be too late.
And let's just reiterate, because we got to let you go because we got meetings to get to. But yeah. You're in Idaho. Qatar's getting a part of a base to operate on there, a military base to operate. You're there trying to convince these lawmakers to convince the administration not to do this. And that same government, Qatar, will not let us use our military base to strike Iran. Again, appalling, not surprising, but certainly appalling. I know we got to let you go. TILministry.com, TILministry.com. Shram, keep us in the loop, and thank you for what you're doing.
Will do, sir. Thank you, guys, and thank you for all the reporting. I so appreciate it. God bless you guys.
You too. Shram Hadian checking in, TILministry.com. He's also on our network. When is his broadcast air, guys? Saturday and Sunday? Okay, Saturday and Sunday. All right. Let me go. Hey, you guys want a little breather? Want a little breather just to take a breath for a minute? Something cute. Here's President Trump. Gives a 6-year-old boy a presidential challenge coin for explaining the process of milk. All right, let's decompress a little bit before we get right back into it. This is cute. Here we go. Ready?
I also know, where does milk come from?
Where does it come from?
So first farmers milk it, and then next they put it into a cold tank, and then they to take the germs out, they put it very hot, and then they put it back in the cold tank, and then they hauled it to somewhere that's cold in a big refrigerator.
What that is. I'm going to give everybody, these guys want it. Let me tell you, politicians want it. I'm going to give that to you. Is that okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, he better hold on to that for life. Presidential challenge coin. That's pretty cool. Yep. All right. Some great scenes tonight. Again, did he offer the milk to the press? Where's that one? Yeah, bookmark that. Did anyone take him up on it? I'll see why. Well, had it curdled? Bookmark it, and I will play it. Don't you love the free-flowing nature of this broadcast sometimes? I do. Fun. All right. Got it? Oh, he's trying to find it, but he was searching the word milk. Too many videos on milk, are there? Well, all right, you just bookmarked it. All right, let me check on my side. All right, here we go. Look at this.
We have some milk here. It's been sitting here for 5 days, so it's from the original bottle, and I brought it so the press can have some. You can swing it all out of the Remember the old days when we were kids, everybody shared a bottle? Today we tend not to do that, but if you'd like to, if you trust the person that you're drinking after, it's right here, it's yours, okay? It's semi-fresh, 5-6 days old. Thank you. So, Ben Carson, special.
There you go. You'll be puking your guts out if it's been sitting there for 5 or 6 days, right, Logan? All right, what else do we got here? Let's see. I do want to play another video. I asked earlier today on the broadcast, can we do some trading there between America and Iran? Can we trade? Can we trade some of these gals up in Minnesota? Like that gal right there. Can we trade her for the one in Iran, lighting her cigarette to the burning picture of the Khomeini? That looks like a young Annie Cyrus. That's what we're talking about here. Those kind of folks fighting for freedom. That was Annie at one time. Maybe not that old. She came here probably a little younger, but not far from that. I don't know, Logan. You think we could have ICE round up all these agitators and community organizers and communists and leftists and queers and LGBTQ Marxists and pro-Islamist and wearing their keffiyehs and say, look, we're going to send you to your dream. You guys have wanted this. You have fought for your Islamic buddies and keffiyehs. Here you go. We're going to take you to Iran and drop you off, and we're going to load up with freedom fighters and bring them back here to America. If they free Iran, they're going to like, no, America, we do not want you to America our Iran. If they can actually get out from underneath this regime, they wouldn't want those folks. Renee Good's father-in-law, what about her? The former father-in-law? Oh, she was married to a man at one point? Really? What did he say? Yeah, you going to play it?
I want to ask you about this. When you talk about the confusion, and you've been open, obviously, about your support for the president, when you look at the videos of what happened, and I'm sure they're very hard for you, Timmy, to watch if you've even been able to.
I'm saying it's his father.
But the Deputy Attorney General says that the Justice Department doesn't believe that there's evidence to back a criminal investigation, right? And no, nothing about charges or anything like that, just an investigation into what happened in terms of the ICE agents' actions. But they were, according to the prosecutors resigning today, pressuring them to investigate Renee's actions and Becca, her wife's actions. How do you feel about all that?
Well, I'm not blaming anybody. I mean, it's a hard situation all the way around. It's hard for for everybody involved. I mean, the ICE agent, at first I didn't see the footage where, he was actually, he was actually being ran. I mean, I seen the bump of the car hitting his legs. And so in a flash like that, it's hard to say how you would react. From my understanding that he had been through that before, maybe dragged or something. And so, like I said, it's just a hard situation for everybody. Becca, she's a great person as well. I mean, I don't have any enemies. I love everybody. And that's what the Bible tells us, love our neighbors as we love ourselves. But, I think there's some bad choices. And the word says, for the wrath of God will come upon the children of disobedience. And, it's I don't blame ICE. I don't blame Rebecca. I don't blame Renee. I just wish that, if we're walking the Spirit of God, I don't think she would have been there.
If she'd been walking in the Spirit of God, she would not have been there. Wow. Do you guys want to see 1979 Iran? But remember, most of those guys over there and gals are not Muslims. They're Persians. They don't want to live under this regime. Here's 1979. Sorry. Yeah, the revolution was 79. That's 1970. Wow. Can you imagine if they saw some of those guys saw a chick's elbow or ankles? Whew, they'd go crazy, wouldn't they? Let's see what else we got. Oh, here is the Jerusalem Post has put this out. Chairman of the IDS Israel, that is the Israel Defense and Security, a movement of over 22,000 retired and reserve officers, commanders, and soldiers from all branches of the Israeli Defense Force. Here is the chairman of that group. Listen to what he's had to say in the last few hours.
Understand that another fight with Iran and Hezbollah and possibly the Houthis is imminent. And today I can say something we couldn't have said a month ago. This regime is going down. There will be no Iranian regime. And this is going to change entirely the future of Israel.
Happen? Can you describe us? It will be an American attack. It will be an Israeli-American attack.
So I think it's going to be an American-led attack with the assistance of Israel. Iranians, even before the demonstrations, they started rearming again. They wanted revenge. They want to attack us. They want to shoot massive amounts of ballistic missiles on us. And Israel prepared for a preemptive attack. But as Israel was preparing for a preemptive attack that might have happened even today, the demonstration started, and a clear message for President Trump: we are not going to let you shoot these demonstrators. We are going to defend them. And indeed, I think that we'll see in the very near future a massive American attack with the help of Israel and with the demonstrators. I think this regime stands no chance, and they will fall. And I can tell you, as I said, the bigger the win will be, the greater the golden age of Israel and the Jewish people will
be. All right, so apparently he's a retired general. Apparently there's a lot of talk going on that something's going to happen. I have a hard time believing these guys would all be talking like this if they weren't getting some rather good intel that something's coming. Here is an Iranian man. He is talking about Mark Ruffalo and, why everybody's focusing on the death of one lady who put herself in that position, killed by an ICE agent. He's like, why are people not focusing on what's happening in Iran? Listen to this former Iranian.
Ambassador Mark Ruffalo, why are you talking about the ICE, that one single woman that died, that came in front of ICE? I don't understand where you guys want to take this with Gaza and Hamas and the Islamic Republic of Iran. Neither of you have lived under the Islamic Republic tyranny that you guys are talking about the death of one single woman that have came in front of an ICE agent, a police. And you guys are talking about, you guys have human rights. You guys have everything that you need in your life. We have been taken, our lives have been taken away from us. You guys have everything, and you guys once have one president in your country that wants the best for the people of America that have built the land for 250 years. America has a right to have a country. America has a right to have a country as much as Iranians have a right to have a country. So let's get the facts right here. All right? Let's not get ourselves lost in this illusion that you guys have been building for us, for people. All right?
Wow. I like it. I love his passion. And he did it without cursing one time. That saved us some work. We didn't have to go bleep it out so we could then play it. So thank you. Very good. Very good. Let's see what else we got. Then we're going to go to Annie Cyrus. We are hearing whether this is true, but we have good sources that are saying that the airspace is being closed, that some of the airlines are being told there in Israel that airspace risk is rising, insurance is being pulled, military activity is expected, and civilian aircraft are being cleared out. That this is Jim Ferguson, who's over there in the UK. Crews to prepare to leave Israel, they're at one of the airlines, and is canceling flights starting tomorrow. Well, of course, UK times. What time is it? You know, it's nighttime over there now, right, guys? All right, look at this, guys. AT&T and Verizon Mobile and other carriers are currently experiencing massive nationwide outages across most of the states. affecting customers' ability to make calls, text, and there you go. That's why you need a satellite phone. Worldviewtalk.com, worldviewtalk.com. It seems like this is occurring more and more and more, is it not? Cell towers going down. So make sure you have a satellite phone. Make sure you have a bivvy. That allows you to use your current cell phone, even when the cell towers are down, to compose the text and send the text you compose on your cell phone through, not a cell tower, but through the bivvy to a satellite down to your family member that has the satellite phone or a bivvy on the other end. So those are all at worldviewtalk.com, worldviewtalk.com. Again, worldviewtalk.com. Before we go to Annie Cyrus, remember the vault, worldviewtube.com/vault. Check out these prices, folks. Okay. worldviewtube.com/vault. 36 years now. Radio shows, TV shows, ebooks, audiobooks, transcripts, documentaries, 22 years of our conferences, our Worldview Weekend conferences. By the way, we have the masters. We have received back from our DVD duplicator all the masters of our 22 years of our Worldview Weekends. We received a lot of those masters back. We've had the masters for the last few years, but we received years of masters, of those master files. We will be reloading those up into the vault so that the versions that are there now that are kind of like we played the Reagan clip the other night, Michael Reagan, and the quality wasn't very good because back in the day, we had to compress these things down so much so that people could actually play them because so many people were on low internet. Well, now that's not an issue. Most everybody's on high speed. So now we don't have to have these compressed files. So we're going to go back in and reload all of those old videos that we have. We'll reload them in the highest original format of those DVDs. So we're constantly upgrading the vault, making it bigger and better. And very, very soon, I'm not going to do it before it's done, but very soon we will be launching a super powerful Bible software program that will allow you to search, let's say, Gog-Magog, the Gog-Magog War, Ezekiel 38-39, or communism. Maybe you say, I want to know about Karl Marx, or I want to know about Sigmund Freud and his worldview, or I want to know about transcendental meditation or, quote, Christian yoga. I mean, it's off the charts. There's no limit, 36 years of questions. Bible questions, worldview questions, national security questions, history questions. And when you put that question in, you will get a response of either a video clip or video clips, plural, where it will go in and it will pull clips. Even if that clip came out of an hour, it'll pull that one few minute clip out that gives the answer. If that answer is in that hour, it's going to find it and pull it out. So it'll be a video clip or video clips, plural. It will be audio clips if it's someone like Jimmy DeYoung, John Whitcomb, or somebody answering a question on my radio show. It'll pull out an audio clip and or audio clips, plural, and it'll pull up text. And you'll have the option to choose all of those mediums to answer your question. I don't know of anybody else that has a 36-year biblical worldview library that I started building in 1990. And you're going to have access to that with this new powerful program and software. I think it's the world's premier Christian worldview and apologetic software. I know of no one else. I know of other people that have software that will search text, but I know of no organization other than us that for 36 years has been collecting biblical worldview, history, law, science, economics, history, family, social issues, education, religion, national security, Bible prophecy, and in the format of radio, television, and text. It's going to be powerful. I will be using it all the time. You're going to watch me using it on the air. A question comes up. Let's go see what Jimmy DeYoung would have said about this. Let's go see what the late Michael Reagan would have said about this. The late Dr. John Whitcomb. The late Phil Haney. The late Ron Carlson. I hate to say it, a lot of my friends have passed away. They got promoted. They're in glory. And their work, though, is still with us. And that's going to be a part of the vault. And I have no intentions at this time of raising the membership price. because I want to give you guys the best possible access to our archive and our vault. Yet at the same time, I need to generate the revenue to pay for it all. We're spending about, just on the development of what I'm talking about, right now we're spending about $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month right now to develop this software, and I've been doing that for over a year. So that's $120,000 right there to develop the software, and that's just from the last year or so. That doesn't count all we've spent to film it, produce it, post-edit it. This is millions of dollars, literally millions of dollars of intellectual property that we are now able to bring to you through technology that can search it in seconds. Powerful servers. But we've had to build these servers, set up these servers, increase our servers. And we want you to utilize all of the treasure that's in this vault. So that's coming. So please go ahead and join, because you're going to get access to great stuff now. My new book on Hamas is in there. My new book on why I'm a Christian Zionist is in there. I got a text from Jill, my editor, the other night. She's editing on my Bible commentary based on the book of Revelation. I spent a year and a half teaching. I spent 8 to 12 hours, several days through the holiday, editing that commentary. That'll be in the vault automatically. You won't need to buy it. I have a new book coming out on why transhumanism is eugenics. That'll be in there. So please go join now. You need these resources. You need this library, and we need the capital to keep developing what is coming, which is amazing. So please join right now. worldviewtube.com/vault. worldviewtube.com/vault. $7.99 a month, folks. We need your support. You need these resources at your fingertips. worldviewtube.com/vault. Thank you if you're a member, and thank you for joining right now if you're not. And we'll be right back with Annie Cyrus on the other side of this break.
We live in uncertain times. In fact, we live at a time when our own governments all over the world are warning us that there could be big problems with our power grid. World War III seems to be right on the horizon. Let me ask you this. Do you have a satellite phone? Should communications go down with cell towers? Do you have a satellite phone to get a hold of that college student or your spouse who travels? Whatever it might be, to get a hold of your senior adult parents. We have satellite phones at worldviewtalk.com, and you get the satellite phone for free when you sign up for their very reasonable payment programs for the service. Sign up for the service with a reasonable contract, get the satellite phone for free. worldviewtalk.com. You'll also find they have, well, what I now have, which is a solar generator. Yeah, I have a gas generator, an LP propane generator, but what if that goes down? I want to back up to my backup. So I now have a solar generator as well. You'll find them at worldviewtalk.com. Check it out today, worldviewtalk.com.
Joining me now is Annie Cyrus. Annie, welcome back to the broadcast. We just had Shahram Hadian on. He is in Idaho tonight. Apparently Qatar, Saudi Arabia will not let us use bases there to deal with Iran. Yeah, Qatar wants and is going to get a military base in Idaho. If Saudi Arabia comes under attack, which I think their oil fields were being attacked by Iran a few years ago, if they ever come under attack again, I say we let them go. Saudi, you're on your own. You're not partners of ours.
Oh, God. I can talk about what you just said for the next 2 hours, but I won't. I'm in a bit of a good mood right now. Is anyone actually genuinely shocked?
No.
One of the very early things I said 18 days ago was President Trump's going to be in a very tough spot. His buddies of Qatar and Saudi Arabia are going to tell him to back off and not touch Iran. Remember that?
Yep.
I said it. Like, it's no surprise. And no, next time Qatar is in danger, we're going to keep running to save them. Same thing with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. All right. So let's get to it. So far, no strike, although I've played clips tonight from various people. One of them is a former IDF general who is, I guess, the chairman of an organization. It's made up of like 22,000 retired IDF folks. Let me play it for you because, well, I played it a while ago, so spare the audience playing it again. But here's the screenshot of it. There will be no Iranian regime. This is what he's saying. He predicts an imminent U.S.-led attack on Iran with Israel's support. A lot of guys talking like this who are getting briefed, I'm guessing, and hearing from sources. It sounds like there is definitely a strike coming. The question is when and how big. And others are saying that they think that what's going to happen is that the U.S. will strike Iran, and then Iran will fire missiles at Israel, and then Israel is going to let loose everything, and that'll be the end of the regime. What are your thoughts?
All of the above. Another thing we could look at, which I don't like saying it, but I will say it. It could be all this chatter is going on, you know, over here, U.S. coming, and U.S. isn't actually coming. Israel is coming. Because if all the chatters we hear is exactly what's supposed to happen, then we have issues with our strategy. Like, you're not supposed to scream so much of what's coming, right? Remember, 12 days war, the entire point of it being so successful in 12 days was the element of surprise. So,
well, here is a headline tonight at Daily Mail UK. Okay, Trump steps back from the brink with Iran. President de-escalates threat of military action, but is hit with backlash for not standing firm with executed Iranians. Let's go to the article, see what they're saying. I've played some of the clip already tonight from the Oval Office on this. Trump has stepped back from the brink with Iran after receiving reassurances that Tehran is halting its planned execution of protesters. The president told reporters in the Oval Office on Wednesday, we've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped and stopping, and there's no plan for executions or an execution. He was hit by immediate backlash by anti-regime activists on X who accused Trump of reneging on his earlier promises to take military action if protesters were harmed. If Taco now Trump, then you have just thrown all those protesters under the bus. The Taco is that acronym Trump always chickens out. I'm not agreeing with that, but I'm just telling you what that stands for, those who don't know. So what do you make of this? I mean, I'm guessing by now you've heard this yourself. But that doesn't mean he's backed off. He could just be being coy. That's what I said to Sharam. I said, how do we know he's not just being coy? I mean, he's known for not wanting to broadcast everything he's going to do.
Is he?
Well, that's what he tells us. I'm not going to tell you and broadcast before I do it.
Okay. Well...
Okay, I'm just trying to be fair and balanced. That's all.
I know. And here's the thing. Okay. I'm going to answer you. It really happens for me to do this, especially on your show. But let me answer you on a personal level.
Okay.
I'm at a point that Trump strikes, Trump doesn't strike, will make no difference in my head. It just won't. As an Iranian, I know Iranians aren't going to give up. Martial law has been in place. Numbers come. I said it on my show. This is the second time I'm repeating. Today, I actually finally received a direct call from Iran myself. Unfortunately, we got disconnected. They couldn't connect back. It wasn't the longest call I was hoping for. But here's what I heard from the other end. It's a war zone here. I know, is help coming? My answer said, I pray it does, but I don't know. And I have other people who have received the same call. We have in Iran International all day playing the voice messages they have received. If there is no help coming, that's completely fine. It's completely fine. Why? First of all, I have said this over and over. With what we have witnessed in the last 4 or 5 years in Iran, the historical reawakening, the millions coming to Christ, Lord is watching over my people. I'm not going to beg a man or not for help. I'm at that point. So I actually unplugged. If we hear a strike when and help is there, hallelujah. If we hear that he somehow decided to trust Khamenei's word that we stopped killing people suddenly after 47 years, help is not coming, hallelujah. This game is disturbing. It's inhumane. It is absolutely arrogant for one man to think that he holds the power to play with people's life and hope. With that, I don't really care what he does or what he says for that matter. He shows up, great. He doesn't show up, great.
Well, I would think he's got skin in the game because we showed the tweet by him from back in September of 2024. Here it is, where he talks about Iran's tried to kill me a few times. They've already made, he said moves were already made by Iran that didn't work out, but they will try again. Okay. Well, we also now are hearing tonight, and we got Logan to try to get confirmation from you on this. You say that it is legit confirmation that they are playing on the airwaves over there. That, quote, this time the bullet won't miss. You're translating this from Farsi?
Yes. Well, the voice isn't. You don't have to play the voice.
What language is that?
The voiceover is Farsi. That is Iran's news broadcasting. On the top, on the left side of the screen, two little boxes. Supposedly, they're showing the funeral for the martyrs who were killed during the protest. On the right side, you can see President Trump's picture right after assassination. In Farsi, underneath it says, "This time, it won't miss," referring to the bullet. And then at the bottom again says, funeral of more than 100 martyrs of their Basij or forces. The voice you hear is someone reporting propaganda, has nothing to do with Trump or America. They're saying that they arrested some people at the border who were trying to come in to help the opposition. But yes,
they are saying what the translation is correct. They are saying that, right?
They're not saying it on the screen. The first on the white background at the bottom, there's a black writing. That black writing translates to "this time it will not miss."
Okay.
That's the one. Yes, that is the translation of the text.
Okay. We're also hearing from the Iranian foreign minister a message to President Trump. We'll have to read the subheadlines. Annie probably understands what he's saying. These guys got chutzpah, that's for sure.
And now, after
it's English.
Yes,
terrorist operation. Now there is a call. We are in full control, and let's, hope that wisdom would prevail, and we don't go for a high level of tension, which could be disastrous for everybody.
There are reports, sir, that anywhere from 2,500 to more than 12,000 protesters in various cities have been killed by the regime. How many people have been killed?
I have to tell you the story. When terrorist elements led from outside, entered these, protests and started to shoot, police forces, police officers, and security forces. And there were terrorist cells. They came in. They used Daesh-style terrorist, operations. They got police officers, burned them alive, they beheaded them, and they started shooting at police officers and also to the people. So as a result, for 3 days, we had, in fact, fighting against terrorists and not, with the protesters. It was completely a different story. The reason I have to explain, and this is important, why they started to shoot at people, for one reason, they wanted to increase the number of deaths. Why? Because President Trump has said that if there are killings, he would intervene. And they wanted to drag him into this conflict. And that was exactly an Israeli plot. They wanted to drag the President of the United States in this conflict. So they started to increase the number of deaths by killing ordinary people, by killing police officers, by starting a kind of, fighting inside the different cities.
If you have a message for President Trump, who obviously is and has talked about and is considering some kind of action to help the protesters on the ground, if you have a message for him, what is the message?
My message is do not repeat the same mistake that you did in June. If you try a failed experience, you will get the same result. In June, you destroyed the facilities, the machines, but the technology cannot be bombed, and the determination also cannot be bombed. Now, Iran proved to be ready for for negotiation, for diplomacy. We have proved that in the past 20 years, in 2015, in 2025, every time. But it was the U.S. who always escaped from diplomacy, who cut the diplomacy and opted for war.
Okay. You said what, Annie?
Oh, I was just making random comments of, yeah, I think I can fairly say no help is coming.
Really? You don't think there's going to be a strike by America in the next 24 hours?
Listening to Arakchi right now? No. Some sort of deal has been made. No. Not killing people is not part of the deal. Stopping execution is not part of the deal. But Arakchi is not, first of all, Arakchi is not a guy to show up on Fox.
So what does it mean?
None of officials of Islamic Republic of Iran show up on Fox News.
So what does it mean when they do?
Yeah, exactly. And on top of doing, not only he dodged the question and the Fox host doesn't press of, okay, you explained all of your lies, but what is the number of death? Did you notice he never answered that question?
And then he said the terrorists did it. The terrorists did it, and he was separating the terrorists from the protesters. And by that, the terrorists, he probably means Israel was doing this.
Yes, and here's the thing.
Which, by the way, that's gaining ground by Americans and some former intel people on social media. Logan showed me. They are saying exactly what you and I predicted yesterday, that eventually we're going to be told that all of these shots that were being taken by either American intelligence and or together Mossad, Israel, so that they can up the death toll to get America to strike. I don't believe that for 1 minute. Do you? Not for 1 minute.
Let's talk about
and people
this.
say, oh, well, you must be ignorant of how corrupt Israel is. I'm sure, I know Israel has a corrupt deep state just like we do. I get that. But I don't think they're going over there and killing innocent Iranian freedom fighters on the streets of Iran so they can have some kind of justification to attack. Israel has plenty of justification after October 7th to do whatever they want with Iran.
Well, let's break this with facts. And,
do you agree? Do you disagree, though, with that?
No, I 100% agree with that. And I'm going to do it this way. Israel does, I repeat, try to follow me, my fellow Americans. Israel does not, I repeat, does not need America's help to finish the regime of Iran. They proved it during 12 Days War. If it wasn't for us to jumping in the middle of it and then try to get a ceasefire for the mullahs, Iran would have been freed 6 months ago. They went in, they carried, the whole world was shocked at their operation and delivery. And the entire world hates Israel. Everybody's suing him all day long. They're dragged Bibi through all sort of international criminal court. Why would he look for a reason? Why? And I have said it. Others have said it. The only real people who have helped Iranian people are Mossad inside Iran. I said it on my show today. Let me repeat. If it wasn't for Mossad, the number of dead Iranians in last 10 years of uprising would have been 5 times higher than what you hear. And I will stand by that statement. Anybody who wants to think otherwise and let their full-on irrational fear, phobia of Israel get in the way, that's your choice. But when you're willing to listen to anything that will override how many people were just massacred, I don't really know what else to tell you. And Arakchi show up on Fox and say they were doing that because Trump said this and that, so they wanted to provoke Trump. We just showed the picture of death threat on Trump, and then Arakchi is on Fox being friendly to Trump, saying Israel is trying to fool Trump. Does any of that make sense to you, Brannon?
No.
There you go.
Okay, so I want to play for you. Again, this could be Trump just being coy I mean, I'm trying to cover all bases here because we could be getting word any minute now they've started attacking Iran. But you don't think that's going to happen, right? Tonight.
That video you just played put me on a good 90% of no.
Not tonight.
No. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not next week.
Oh, boy. All right. Here's Trump. I want you to hear this. Here you go.
We've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping. It's stopped. It's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or execution. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it.
Okay. There you go.
I'm sorry. Did he just say good authority?
Yeah.
Which authority inside Iran is not a Muslim who's going to use taqiyya? Anybody? Because I don't know any good authority inside Iran's regime who's going to be honest with you. And again, I pray I'm wrong, but I guess finally on earth there is a man who can scare Iran's regime to stop all killings. Like, again, I'll repeat, every morning, every president in Iran has an execution as it is, without uprising, without a revolution, without any noise. Every morning, somebody's being hanged. And now suddenly, in good authority, you know that. But first of all, what is it? Is it stopped or stopping? Did you notice he switched between that 3 times?
Yep.
I've been told the killing is stopped, is stopping, is stopped in good authority. Which one is it?
Which one is it? Okay, here we go. Look at this. Today on Capitol Hill.
Senator Lindsey Graham here with the
yes.
Crown Prince of Iran. I have followed you, your passion, the way you articulate the hope of your people. It will be up to the people of Iran to pick their next leader. I can't wait till they have a chance to do that. But you are really risen to the occasion. Compelling narrative for the long-suffering people of Iran. And I believe with all my heart that help is on the way.
Senator, thank you so much for all your words of support for my compatriots in the darkest time in our history, but hopefully, as we say in Iran, in Farsi, the end of the dark night is light, and this is probably the first time we are so close to victory. You've witnessed the resilience of my compatriots. They are fighting a brave fight, and any solidarity can only help them achieve that goal sooner. I've been committed to this all my life to serve my nation, and hopefully, as the Senator just said, we hope that the Iranian people will this time have complete freedom, and the choice will be theirs. We are here to serve them, to make that choice in freedom, and that's my commitment. And thank you for your support, Senator.
Thank you. And President Trump, thank you for picking the people over the Ayatollah. You're the first one to do that. Thank you for acknowledging that the only way you can make Iran great again is for the protesters to win over the regime. And I believe that day is at hand. And to the American people, it matters to us. This is the largest state sponsor of terrorism on the planet. They have American blood on their hands. And the people protesting in the streets could be our best friends. God bless them.
God bless the United States of America and the American friends, and God bless the Iranian people.
Amen.
All right. I'm not a big fan of Lindsey Graham, but thank you, Lindsey Graham, for that, because at least he's not sitting there promoting MEK. Now, I don't know. I don't know. And by the way, I've reached out to a few people. Would you like to come on my broadcast and debate Annie Cyrus over MEK? Right now, I'm getting no response, or I'll think about it, from the people that I've contacted. So just so you know, I'm trying to round up a debate for you. But he's not promoting MEK. He's hearing from the prince. I appreciate that. Lindsey Graham seems to think help is on the way. He said it twice. So
he said, I hope.
I hope.
Both
Oh, did he say I
times.
hope?
He didn't say he said, I pray. First time he said, I pray. That help is on the way. So did Prince.
Didn't he
Prince
say, I think it's coming, though? Did he say something to the fact, I think it's coming?
I must have missed it on the second one saying. The first time he definitely said, I pray. The help is coming. And I think the second time he said, I hope.
Let me
or
read it
either
again.
Prince that I hope.
I'm here with the Crown Prince of Iran. I have followed you, your passion, the way you articulate the hope of your people. It will be up to the people of Iran to pick their next leader. I can't wait till they have a chance to do that. But you have really risen to the occasion. Compelling narrative for the long-suffering people of Iran. And I believe with all my heart that help is on the way.
Okay. He believes with all his heart that it's on the way. I would. He talks to Trump all the time.
Yeah, but so does what's his name? On his show last night, Giuliani literally said that he has been advising President Trump. So that's a problem. Too many voices are in his ear. That's the thing. It's too many. What is that thing? Too many chefs in the kitchen?
Yeah, that's right.
Right now, from pro-regime to anti-regime, pro-MEK, anti-Shah, pro-Shah, anti-MEK, they're all around. And unfortunately, this is not being mean, me being mean. This is factual. He doesn't have enough historical context in his own head to differentiate. For him, this is all just new information. So he's sorting through it. And as I said, he prefers deals. At the end of the day, it's just his personality. He prefers deals. Depend. Now, what did Lindsey Graham and Prince Pahlavi agreed on today? I have no idea.
Well,
I was the one who sent you the confirmed report of.
Yeah, you did.
Like the moment Crown Prince Pahlavi arrived at Capitol Hill, I'll send you the confirmation because the person next to him actually texted him. He's like, "We arrived," but
so you're texting with someone right next to him.
Did I say that?
That's what you just said. Yeah.
I need some nap.
That's what you just said. So look at this. That's what the prince just put out. I can't read that. What's that mean?
Okay. What do we call that? Like the bottom of the iceberg, I guess, the black under the castle says previous regime or the old regime, ideological, fake, and isolated. On the left side with the globe on top and the nice fancy city looking, the new vision. Based on nations, keeping nations good in mind, planning on cooperation, clear planning, and being productive. At the bottom, between America, Israel, and Iran, in the middle has the flags shaking hands, normalizing relations with America and Israel. To its left, equal opportunities internationally. The very last one on the left, diplomacy, economic, and investment. Now going to the right of the handshake, clear nuclear programming, separation of a state and religion is the best I can say. Church and a state.
Okay. Let's go to some of the people in the MAGA, America First, constitutional world, patriots in America. Some of them, one or two reaching out to me today saying, by text, Brandon, aren't you concerned a strike on Iran will start World War III? And my response is World War III started a long time ago. Border war, cyber war, propaganda war, financial war. Yes, I was concerned about that during the 12-day war. Let America stay out of this thing. Let Israel handle it. I don't want to see Israel shackled from just finishing the job off and being done with this, which we should have done back then. And we'd probably have 20,000 more young people still alive. But, you know, it's Monday morning quarterback. But we're at a point now where, as the president has pointed out, they were coming after him. They are funding a lot of this garbage going on in our streets. They're funding mosques. They're funding terrorism. They're working, I think, from the information I've read, with the narcotic terrorists coming out of Venezuela. out of Mexico, no telling what they have smuggled here into the U.S. We're kind of reaching a point where we need to deal with these regimes, or we're going to keep playing patty cake with all of them until they have conquered us from within. Because we've been watching videos, I'll see if I can find the one, of a gal that was like, I was raised in Iran. This is how it started. It started with the universities, and then it spread to the media, and then it spread to government people, and then pretty soon they had a regime. And I see that same pattern is happening in America. So at some point, we've got to start fighting these people and killing their leaders because they're already here. We're already in World War III. And as Shahram said, we don't want terror cells to get let loose in America. But at this point, they're going to do what they're going to do. We're going to, at some point, have to confront this. True or false?
100% true. And I will say we should have confronted them way before. We took too much time. But if you would allow me, do the self-pity thing for a second. We talked about this on my show today. To everybody, a few things. To people who say, let them deal with it on their own. Though there was no massacre, execution over hijab or religion or fasting, when we grabbed Maduro, you were cheering the hero who freed Venezuelans, which, by the way, Venezuela is not free yet, for the record. But when it comes to Iranians, let them figure it out on their own. Same thing when we went into Venezuela. None of you worried about World War III? Venezuela, backed by Iran, Russia, and China, was okay to poke. But if we poke Iran, you all worry about World War III. I am personally reaching a point that I am tired of this selective outrage of Americans. I understand with Venezuela comes a lot of oil, but Iranian people are still humans. And we did this to them. So maybe you should reconsider your stand.
All right, I did find that.
Petty over.
I found that video. I think you may know who this gal is. Let's see. We'll do a screenshot. You know who that is?
No.
Okay, watch and listen. I think you'll like it.
Sympathy towards these people is appeasement and a sign of weakness, and it's not going to stop them from continuing, and it's not going to keep them right there. You give an inch, they're going to take a mile. And the rabbi begged for something, and I want to beg the American people for something. I am an Iranian Jew. My family escaped on the back of a pickup truck under gunfire in 1985, 1986, and made it, thank God, to this amazing country. In Iran, it started the same way. It started on the college campuses. It was the Islamists joining hands with the leftists. Same thing as it's happening here. And I want to give you a warning. When an activist on behalf of Iran was in my home, I asked her, when they came for the Jews, why did you say nothing? She said, when they came for the Jews, we said we are not Jewish, so why should we care? When they came for the Baha'is, they said we are not Baha'i, so why should we care? When they finally killed Massa, they said we are all Massa, and they began to care. So to all the Americans out there, the Iranian Jews who escaped our homeland to come here, want to give you a warning. It starts with the Jews, and it doesn't end with the Jews. You need to speak up. We need to take our country back and take it back to the Judeo-Christian values it was founded on. Because if we don't stop it in the tracks, look at what's happening to Europe. Look at what's happened many other places all over the world. The time is now to speak up, to protect our country, to protect the justice and the rights that you love and you appreciate in this country.
Annie?
Amen to every word she said. That's what we all been trying to warn Americans. That's what I'm trying to tell to my fellow Americans going back to Iran. A free Iran equals benefit for everybody. A free Iran isn't just about Iranian people. It's about the regime that is literally sucking the natural resources of my motherland, cashing it, turning it around, and funding those who are assigned to kill or convert every single one of us. It's not a myth. It's proven. It's in their constitution. Read Islamic Republic of Iran's constitution, not the whole thing, just the first page. This revolution was accomplished, and this constitution is being written to open the path for global jihad. It's in their own constitution. So let them be. Or when Nick Fuentes comes out today saying, we can have a relationship with Iran. They say they killed women and gay. Well, I don't care. We've been friends with Saudi Arabia. We can be allies with Iran. Nick, you can't. But I corrected him on my show. We're not allies with Saudi Arabia. Look what they just did. They shut their airspace on us. That regime is the head of the snake. Now listen today, listen last year, listen next year, listen until we are conquered. And me and Brannon don't have the freedoms to sit here and continue warning you. That would be a good day to wake up to.
I'm going to take a look here to see. I think I'm just getting reports that bomb shelters are being opened. Okay, here, I don't know how accurate this is, but at bomb shelters, I'm told this is what's going on in Israel tonight.
They did put out a public, I actually posted it too, that some of the shelters are opening, if more for readiness, not for panic. And anybody who's comfortable to stay in a shelter, they can do that. But yes, they did open. The one I posted was in one specific city that is kind of in the danger zone. But yes, they did open. But it's not because something has happened.
No.
I don't blame Israeli people saying, hey, I don't want to wait until I hear the alarm. I want to go in there right now. I don't know. I mean, kudos to them. I don't know how they keep doing this. But yes, they did open.
Aaron, our reporter on the ground, texts me, everyone waiting for U.S. military to strike. Not sure what Israel's role will be, but I wonder if there will be another pagers or covert long planned attack like military installations attack or something like that. Lots of waiting and speculation. Witkoff pushing for stage 2 of Trump's 22-point peace plan.
I'm sorry, Witkoff waiting for what?
Witkoff is pushing for stage 2 of Trump's 22-point peace plan.
Priorities are, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm too biased today to say where the priorities should be. But seriously, the funder of people you're trying to get to sign that peace plan could be taken out, and there wouldn't be a need for a peace plan. Can we make things a little easier? I know everybody thinks politics are so complicated, but trust me, it is not. Diplomacy is what makes politics very complicated. And if we would tone it down, stop using diplomacy for all purposes all day long, we would be way ahead of this. And by this, I mean Islamization and red-green axis.
And whether this is true, I don't know, but Israel is opening shelters for Israeli and broadcasting its channels from them because it knows the timing of the American strike on Iran has become closer than we imagined, and that Iran will not stand by as mere spectator to the American strike, but include its strikes against Israel, facing a regional war if it happens. It will no longer be like the 12-day war between Iran and Israel. I guess they're showing what are these shelters where they're putting in their news teams already setting up in those shelters.
That's a weird, if I want to say, that was a nice setup for a shelter, for a bomb shelter. I was looking like, for a bomb shelter, that is a great setup.
Yeah, it's not a bad setup, is it?
Not at all.
Production staff out there, news guy in here.
Exactly. By the way, part of me is some of my thoughts are delayed, just a little tired, but I should have pointed this out way earlier, but I got so discouraged with his talking. Your audience should also ask themselves this. Iran is in blackout. Internet is shut down. You want to tell me how Araqchi joined Fox News?
Say that one more time, please.
Iran stepped into their day 6 of blackout, correct? No internet, no. Then how did Araqchi join Fox News if internet supposedly wasn't shut down by the government?
Oh, how did this dude join?
Exactly.
Oh, he has probably a Starlink from Elon. I don't know. I mean, you saw that.
No, the question is, it's propaganda. They did shut it down on people. Their own propaganda talking mouth of regime gets good enough access to join a Fox News interview.
Well, they did capture all those Starlinks. We showed the video of the boxes all lined up that they grabbed.
Yes. Yes, they did. And they're still searching, and there are too many houses for them to knock door by door and search. So it's going to be a long couple of weeks of searching for Starlink devices in Iran or satellite dishes.
I don't know how accurate this is, but we're being told this is new footage coming out tonight. I don't know how that's possible if you have lights on in those buildings there. So I don't know.
Okay, this is from 21 day. That puts it January 11th.
Okay, so it's not accurate footage. So
it's accurate. It's just not recent.
Now,
it's from the 11th.
and I'm having a hard time finding any footage.
There aren't any, Brian. Trust me. If
I've been trying to find footage that's going on right now in Iran. I can't find any.
No.
The other day we had more than we could play, and now I can't find one.
That's the whole purpose of blackout. After that martial law, after that massacre and execution, then come on cameras and say, it's a calm. Everybody went home. That's how you started, right? We achieved calm and everybody went home. And this was all just a terrorist attack by Israel. And stay quiet as we kill the rest of the people. It's their pattern.
Islamic forces apparently shooting young people in the back. Watch this. There, look, there they are.
Yes, I reported at least 3 confirmed deaths, all 3 shot in the back.
Mm. 3 shot in the back, huh?
On today. Now, by the way, I should say, the ones I'm still reporting are coming from 8th, 9th, and 10th. As we get names, ages, cause of death. But yes, 3 that I confirmed and put out today, all 3 shot in the back. Exit wound, chest. But that's the thing. You just hurt him. These are terrorists. What do you do to terrorists? You shoot them.
And a reporter with Channel 4 News, I don't know what country that would be in. Is that Great Britain, I think? I'm trying to verify that. Channel 4 News. Let's see, which channel is that? United Kingdom. Yep. Okay, UK. He is saying that he has spoken to the family member of Efron, the 26-year-old protester who was scheduled to be executed, and it has been postponed. Well, we're thankful for that.
Well, here's the thing. I can verify that reason. The last update we have was Erfan was given 10 minutes on the phone to say goodbye to his family. Mm. Not trying to say he's not whatever, but none of the reliable sources has said anything about a postpone. Again, we don't know if execution went forward or not, or it was postponed, but I don't know, for something O'Brien in UK to directly talk to Erfan's family in Iran with landlines shut off, cell phone signals off. As I said, when I received my phone call today, it lasted less than a minute, and they used a very old school way to call me, and they called me. I didn't call them. So I'm not saying he's not telling the truth. I'm just saying we can't confirm neither this or that. The only thing I do have confirmation is he was given a phone call 10 minutes, and that was last night, our time. That's the last update we have on Erfan or any other ones who were scheduled for execution. Because one of the things that happens is, and not nice to say, but that's all right, not kind to say, a lot of posts is going to come out to back up what just Trump said, that because of him, they're stopped killing. So we got to be a little careful on all the killing stopped. Mm-hmm.
Here is a man describing how Sharia starts when the left and the Islamists get together on the campuses. Sound familiar, folks?
I'm a political refugee from Iran. I've been to prison, I've been under Islamic law, and I know how it starts and I know how it ends. And it always starts with the, for some reason, unity of left and Islamists, and it scares me. So I came here to be free. I chose Canada as my second home to be live in a free country. And I'm...
Wait a minute. Can I just say, how'd that work out? Living in the free country of Canada. How did that work out? More free than Iran. But really, how did that work out for that poor guy? I mean, again, he'd rather be there, I know. But that poor guy, I'm sure, has seen the transformation of Canada. Let's keep going.
To get really scared. Because the way things are going, it looks like they're going to basically appease Islamists just to not raise any ruckus or something. They're just going to appease them step by step, and they're not going to stop. They see it as a sign of weakness, so they're going to take more and more, and I'm against that. I believe Canada should be free, and freedom of speech is something that nobody can take.
So there you go. He is watching, like so many of these Iranians are warning that, hey, this is how it starts, and I'm watching it all over again. You want to comment on that?
Yes, well, as you said, we all been trying to say this is how it starts, this is how it ends. But as one of my dear teachers back a long time ago always said, is we always look for bargain when we go shopping, except when we're trying to buy experience. We pay the highest price for that one. So
you have the best sayings. I like what your
does have a lot of
Annie will say to me in our conversations up there, as my grandmother used to say, and then hold the line and get a pen and get ready to write it down, because whatever grandma said is usually pretty good. The trash has a way of taking itself out. That's one of her lines.
Yes. She was definitely a wise woman. And I'm so glad I have such a good memory to remember all of them, because a lot of them I didn't even understand until much later in life, where it,
Give us another one. Give us another one line by grandma.
Sometimes love has nothing to do with it.
Wow, that one came fast. That one came fast, Andy.
Because I was finishing my sentence with that. One of the ones that took me so long to understand what she even meant was sometimes love has nothing to do with it. I didn't even understand what she meant until like my 31-year-old is when I finally understood what she meant by, in life, sometimes love has nothing to do with it.
What's another one?
Let me think a little longer so that one doesn't come too fast. What is other? No, I can't say that one. Sorry, the one that I can't say that on air. What else? In life, look at life as a ladder. How do you pronounce it? The thing you climb up to go.
A ladder. A ladder.
A ladder. You're always in the middle. 10 ahead of you, 10 behind you. Don't get arrogant. Don't get discouraged. Just to stay grounded and balanced, and stay motivated to keep climbing, as those ahead of you will continue climbing.
Wow. I want to show you this. I keep bringing this up today, from TV tonight, radio today. I've said a couple times, radio today and TV already tonight with Sharam. The young gal there on the right reminds me of a young Annie Cyrus. There she is in Iran, lighting her cigarette with a burning picture of the Khomeini. And I said, can you imagine? Let's send a plane over there and take this, these butch women out of Minnesota, and say, here, you guys can have our American liberal LGBTQ, transgender, all these freaks. Give us more of the young Annie Cyruses that want to come here and assimilate and have liberty and freedom. But of course, I think if they are successful in their revolution, they are not going to want that over there, are they?
Absolutely not. Funny enough, even the current circumstances, the people of Iran or the regime of Iran still wouldn't accept that woman from, where was it, Tennessee?
No, she's from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I think that's the gal. That's the gal.
Isn't she the wife of the good?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that ran over the cop.
She still would not be accepted by the people or by the regime. That's a funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
The regime would throw her off the building, and the people would pretty much not want to have anything to do with her.
Mm-hmm.
That exchange probably wouldn't work. But
do we know where the young lady on the right is? I'm worried about her safety.
She's well, again, we don't know for about 4 days now, but she was in Tehran. She was the third young lady to make that. It's actually originally it's a video. You see her put her cigarette on her lips and then just bring up the burning picture and light it. To other before her did it, which now it has become an international thing. We actually had 2 of our representatives here in America did it too. Some Europeans have done it, but it was a video and she was in Tehran, and we pray that she's fine, and the rest of them are fine. But yes, it was a video in Tehran. That's where she did it.
I want to see if I can find the original video real quick before we call it a night. Yeah, here it is. Let's spin a little bit. Here we go.
Good job.
Yeah, right?
The very first time I saw it, I'm like, be careful your hair. I'm like, it's okay, it grows back.
How old do you think she is, Annie?
I would say 2021.
Giving it the bird. Sorry, guys. How old do you think she is?
2021.
20 or 21?
2021, yes.
And I hate to say this, but she could be deceased. She could or be in prison or jail right now.
Yes. That's why I said we pray, but we don't know. That's the thing. There is over 30,000 people have been arrested. And because of blackout, we're not getting any reports from family members saying my kid didn't come back home. That's how we were managing the first few days. There were messages coming in different chat groups where somebody would send a voice or a text saying, my kid Hamid 17, he left at 6 p.m. At 5 a.m. he's not back. Anybody heard of him or anybody seen him? And everybody, would try to look around, or some would say they arrested him, but when we went to police station, they denied arrest. We can't find him. Those are the ones that disappeared. I think we're up to 17 disappear as of 10th. Again, not the last 4 days. 17 disappeared, and apparently over 30,000 arrested. And we don't know. So again, that's why when you ask me, she's okay. I'm like, I pray they're all okay. There are, as I said, a lot of them. The very, very original one is a bit younger girl with very short hair, black blouse, in a very, very much more dangerous way. She's actually holding her head up with the fire on top of her face, lighting her cigarette. But we don't know. I have not seen anything indicating either they're okay or they're not. So we just keep praying for them.
Israel's Channel 14 is saying that the Supreme Leader's son has transferred $1.5 billion the past 2 days into Dubai.
I was just about to say again.
גדולים באיראן נמצאים על סף קריסה מוחלטת, ובהם גם בנק ספה, הבנק שמזוהה עם משמרות המהפכה. ובנקודה הזאת עולה השאלה, האם המשטר האיראני בלחץ? האם הוא מרגיש שהוא על סף קריסה? והתשובה, לפי מה שאנחנו מפרסמים הערב, היא כנראה שכן. מתברר שהדאגה האמיתית של בכירי המשטר אינה לביטחון, אינה לאידיאולוגיה, אלא לדבר החשוב ביותר מבחינתם, כסף. לפי גורם שמכיר מקרוב את הפעילות הכלכלית של משמרות המהפכה, ב-48 השעות האחרונות הועברו מחוץ לאיראן כ1.5 מיליארד דולרים. לא דרך בנקים, אלא דרך קריפטו. ליעד אחד ברור, דובאי. על פי אותם גורם, בין המעורבים בהעברת הכספים הוא מוג'תבא חמינאי, בנו של המנהיג העליון, מי שנחשב על פי הערכות ליורשו. נודע לנו שהוא העביר סכום של כ-328 מיליון דולר לאותו יעד בדובאי. אז איך זה בעצם עובד? איראן מוכרת נפט ומקבלת כסף. הכסף הזה אינו מופקד בבנקים, הוא מומר ישירות למטבע הדיגיטלי. את המטבע הם מעבירים לצ'יינג'ים בדובאי. שם יושבים אנשים שיכולים ברגע אחד להפוך את הקריפטו למזומן, ולהעביר כסף לחשבונות זרים או לשלם הרבה כסף דרך חברות קש. זה כסף גדול שמולבן ומוכן לבריחה. לכל מדינה שהם יבחרו ביום הדין. ובשורה התחתונה המסר ברור. מי שמאמין במשטר שלו אינו מוציא מיליארדים מהמדינה. הוא עושה זאת כדי להיערך ליום שאחרי.
זה בטוח דור.
Wow. So they're saying the total now is about $1.5 billion.
I think that's a conservative number. I really think that's a very conservative estimate. Or, yeah. That, and by the way, based on what he was saying, that, Khomeini, the hijacker of the revolution who was in exile in France, his grandson also yesterday on TV did an interview, and it was chilling when I heard the sentence coming out of his mouth, which was minutes after Islamic government, you won't have safety or freedom. He actually talked about after the regime.
Mm-hmm. Now we're being told breaking news, whether it can be believed or not, we don't know. Fighter jets over the skies of Iraq on the border with Iran. Whether that's true or not, we don't know.
Whose fighter jets? American, Israeli?
They don't say.
That's okay. Iran did just close its airspace to all commercial flights.
And Jerusalem Post is reporting Iran closes airspace as Western military official says signals show U.S. attack imminent.
Spain just put out an evacuation order for its citizens from Iran. Get out of Iran, note. Oh, UK embassy just shut down, temporary, but they did shut down their embassy in Tehran.
So it does seem as though we're going to have to continue monitoring this into the night and come back if that's required. Closing comment, Annie?
Germany informed all of its flights to stay completely out of Iran's airspace. Closing comments, as you said, we continue watching as this all develops, but pray, and whatever the outcome, this one is for me. We need to know it's all in his hands, and it's all about his timing, not mine, yours, or anybody else. So whatever tomorrow brings, or even next week, we stay in prayer and we hold our faith as we pray for Iranian people. And let's just pray that more phone calls will start coming in, because that will give us some ease, because we get direct information where we can confirm and know, even if it's tragic information. I'd rather know than not know.
Yep. Let me just do this here. Are jets flying in your country? Question mark. All right, just sent that to our reporter on the ground in Israel. All right, Annie, we're going to keep you keep me posted. I'll keep you posted. We'll come back if we have to. This is obviously very fluid. And thanks for your excellent reporting. Logan said last night, Annie, that our numbers were higher than he has ever seen. And I know we've concentrated fully on Israel, the Middle East, Iran tonight, but also America. But why do you think this is hitting record numbers for us?
I strongly believe it's because when you flip through any other network or channels or Rumble channels or YouTube channels, it's either nothing, nobody's talking about it, or they are, pushing MEK. And again, it doesn't matter how they phrase it, NCR, NCRA, MEK, people can see the person on camera. Your network, your show, my show are by far the only ones giving full coverage and putting out the truth, the good, bad, and the ugly. I really think that's the reason.
I do too.
I have had people who have messaged me privately or on comments of, hey, I'm hearing about this NCRI. What are your take on it? We covered that fully last night. I think we answered a lot of, because that's the thing, rebranded, new name. A lot of Americans have no idea And we just debunked that whole thing last night, answering a lot of Americans of who's this NCRI. That's probably the icing on the cake.
100%. All right, Annie, you're doing a great job. We appreciate you. LiveUpToFreedom.com, LiveUpToFreedom.substack.com are her websites. Her art store, LUTFstudio.com, LUTFstudio.com. We're also, whether this is true, I can't confirm, but the Pentagon ordered the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group to leave the South China Sea and head toward the Middle East. Again, I cannot confirm some of these reports. We'll have to go and dig and search. Can't trust everything.
Can I make a terrible joke? Imagine this tensing up, every eyes on America, Iran, and then all of this was to help al-Sharaa in Syria. I will roll right there on the floor laughing if this was all put together for al-Sharaa in Syria. Bad joke, I know.
Tommy Robinson just put out, it's actually happening. Free Iran.
Well, I'm guessing he's responding to the fact that his country's embassy just closed down in Iran. UK embassy just shut down, closed. That's huge. Either because of what's coming or just in protest, because when Arafchi called them making threats that you have to defend our embassy in UK, they pretty much responded with, we are protecting it. If people are pulling the flag down and replacing it, that's not harm to your people.
And we are getting multiple reports from credible sources now. The U.S. military hardware is moving to the Middle East amid tensions in Iran. That does include, according to News Nation, carrier strike group from South China Sea to the CENTCOM area of responsibility, a source with knowledge. I'm told that'll take about a week for them to get there, I read earlier. So again, who knows?
They get there when they get there. There's
That's
no
right.
rush, Brana. 12,000, 20,000, 50,000, 120,000. There's no rush. By the way, I'm in last 47 years, based on all confirmed only reports, between political execution, uprising killings, Iran has managed to kill over 100,000 Iranians.
And the students of Minnesota have finally come to their senses, and the students of Minnesota are on the streets protesting the murder of 20,000 in the streets of Tehran. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the case. These idiots are on the street protesting ICE. We have too much ICE in Minnesota anyway. Oh, you guys are so bright. We didn't cross the border. The border crossed us. Okie dokie. We love our neighbors. There's enough ICE in Minnesota. Well, they're so clever, aren't they?
Their handwriting is worse than mine. That's
one chick's got her banner upside down. She's probably dyslexic like me, needs to have it upside down to read it. Oh, yeah, ICE out now. Look it up. We are family. Yeah, you know some leftist groups printed that. Islamic
with the
groups.
butterfly.
Yeah, the butterfly. Oh, here are your girls and there are your girls in their hijabs, or maybe that's just cold
Somalis.
out. What's that? Somalis?
She's Somalis. She is Somali.
Some of those people should have masks on their face. We don't want to see them. Wow, there's the youth. There's the youth of America, folks.
I thought we should send these people.
Oh yeah,
to the
that's right.
streets of
Oh, I know
Tehran
right where
now.
that's at. That's the state capitol there. I've sung the national anthem on the steps of the state capitol for events with Michelle Bachmann and other people. I know right where that's at. Wow.
Wait, what is that red and black flag there?
I don't know what that was. We go back. I don't know what that is.
That is weird.
There's the new. Someone had the new Minnesota Somali flag. You saw that go by. That's the new flag. It looks like Somalia. See that right there?
Mini Somalia, yes.
Mini Somalia.
That is what Minnesota is.
Yeah, that's right. No one is illegal
on a stolen land. Really?
No one is illegal on stolen land. Wait, they look like an Antifa flag? But yeah, no logo. That's an Antifa flag without the logo. Logan says those are Antifa colors.
Well, I guess they're rebranding like MEK.
Oh, look, they got some drums coming up, carrying up the
there
rear. And they're holding up all this traffic for these morons. How many short buses? How many short buses would they need to pick all those kids up? That's a
3.
short bus joke. You probably don't get that one, do you, Annie?
I don't. That was way before my time.
The special kids would get picked up on short, really, really short buses.
Gotcha.
Nothing against special kids. I'm special myself. Logan? Logan's in there laughing. Breaking news. Breaking news. It is happening. We just got footage here. He's got to go change his Depends.
Oh, come on, guys. Tell your AIs not to make him so much better looking than he really is.
I know,
in
isn't
life.
that the truth? He is one ugly dude.
He is. That's how you end up looking like when you literally let evil consume you.
Yeah, that's like these chicks. Have you seen these gals? I saw a video the other day. Someone showed this gal. She was a beautiful young lady. And then she started transitioning herself to the whole liberal leftist Q thing, queer thing. I mean, she went from being a very, very attractive young lady to just, you can't believe this is the same person. But you do. I've seen that with people, right? You have. It ends up just transforming everything about the way they look eventually over time. Sin has a way of just rotting you from the inside out.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
I mean, if you need proof, just look at Rosie O'Donnell or Ellen DeGeneres.
Are we really not going to talk about Bill Clinton?
No, that's true. I mean,
the guy looks like he died a week ago. Nobody has told him yet.
Oh, you wanna go to Bill Clinton real quick? We got news on Bill Clinton. Jimmy Comer. Here we go. Jimmy Comer. Here we go.
It's any secret. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton joined her husband in defying a bipartisan lawful congressional subpoena to show up today. I think what's most disappointing to the Oversight Committee is the fact that we have, in good faith, negotiated with the Clintons' attorneys for 5 months. Throughout the past 5 months, they've implied to us they were trying to make a date work. In fact, the last date we had, they notified us 3 days beforehand, said that they would love to come, but they have a funeral to attend. And we have bent over backwards to try to schedule the Clinton. No, I'm still talking. I'm still talking. Go ahead. Hey, get him out of here. You're not even a reporter. Get out of here. So here's the situation. We're going to hold both Clintons in criminal contempt of Congress. We believe that because this subpoena was issued in a bipartisan fashion, the Democrats acted the day that the subpoenas were voted on in the subcommittee like they wanted the Clintons to come because they at that time, if you go back, they were wanting me to subpoena the estate, which I did. We subpoenaed the estate and got all the documents. All
right, so there you go. You better hurry. You know?
They really didn't show up. I am shocked.
Oh, I know. So shocked, right? So shocked. All right, Annie, we're out. Something tells me we're going to end up being back. So go sleep real quick, get something to eat, get geared up to come back.
I will not asleep, but I will grab something to eat and get some coffee, and I will be ready as soon as you tell me to hop on.
Thank you. Annie Cyrus, LUTFstudio.com, liveuptofreedom.com, and liveuptofreedom.substack.com. All right, guys, you appreciate all we're doing here. We put in some mammoth hours. There's no doubt about that. And please try not to get confused by everybody out there on the right-wing side, the America side, the America First, the MAGA side, pushing MEK and all the other. Try not to get confused. Pray for some of these people who seem to be greatly deceived. I got to ask some folks, are you being paid? Are you getting checks? Are you being paid? That's a legitimate question. I got to ask a few people that. Try not to get confused. We're doing our best. And yes, there are some folks that we like that are interviewing these people, and we're trying our best to bring them to common sense. But there you go. If you appreciate all we're doing, we need your support. We need it now. Worldviewfoundation.com. We need to have a big January here, folks. Worldviewfoundation.com. I know Christmas bills come in, people paying off credit cards. And so please don't forget about us, though, because our bills keep coming in and we got to keep going. Roll the music. Let's call it a night. Worldviewfoundation.com. Worldviewfoundation.com. You'll also find our mailing address there if you prefer to support us through the mail. Worldviewfoundation.com. And we have a lot of people that are brand new listeners. We are growing so fast thanks to so many of you. Go to worldviewstore.com, order up a free pack of these business cards and distribute them all around. Let folks know there is no other network like this, and that's by design. Worldviewstore.com. May God save America, Israel, and the freedom fighters in Iran. Take care.